Hey, good morning, everyone. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter. And if this is the first time that you have been to this channel, this is a channel that is about learning and practicing bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. So guys, it is always great to research and read and watch other content creators on bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. But there is nothing like it actually being in the bush to practice, to perfect your skills, to find out what you really know, what you don't know, where improvements are needed, why things work, why things don't. So I am headed into the bush to do some practicing, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So this is a beautiful area of the bush. So I am going to go to a site that I am familiar with, and I am going to practice with a specific tool. Hey, so meet me at the camp. Hey guys, so I am at my camp. I have set everything up, and what I'm going to do is just give you a little tour of this location. This is part of nature. Just a great location, great scenery. And this is my campsite setup. It's basically a lean-to tarp with a little apron overhang, and I just have a bedroll, something to sit on. I've taken off one of my shirts. Of course, there's this is Gatorade, water, a baton I've been using, and of course I always hang up my rucksack. You know, there's specific gear here: food, first aid kit, hatchet, saw, shovel, amongst other things. But this is nature. This is the bush. The back of my tarp, and of course my walking staff. But guys, again, being in the bush, you will honestly perfect your skills. As I said before, it is wonderful to watch other content creators who have years of experience. It's great to read. It's great to speak with other bushcrafters, content creators. But there's nothing like being in the bush, doing it on your own. So let me just tell you guys, I am at a location I've been to several times, and let's see if you remember this. This is the A-frame debris shelter that I built some months ago. But to show you the integrity of this, it is still here, and if I chose to do so, it is sleepable. So would this be a nice place to actually bug out if necessary? Who knows? When I came in, I looked, there was nothing in here. Of course, nothing here. But it's here until nature takes it down. But I set up this lean-to however I could get it up. It's up. Nice apron. So, but guys, today what I want to focus on is, let me just show it to you. I don't know if you can see it very well, but of course there's a telephone that's in the way, but it is the Swiss Tech Stahlern. Now I did a video of this, a review of this indoors, but now I'm going to put it through the test. I am going to do a review using it. So the first thing that I am going to do is I am going to get some tinder. And what I'm going to be doing is seeing how much tinder I can get off of this tree. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next several minutes, and I'm going to show you just how well this 4-inch blade saber grind with a drop point Micarta handles, how well this performs actually in the bush. So stick around, guys. Hey guys, well it is very wet here, and so I had to find another tree branch. There wasn't much tinder, so I'm gonna use the spine of the Swiss Tech to debark and get all the tinder that I can. Let's see if I can put you in focus here. Seems to be a fair amount. Tinder is one of the main ingredients that start in a fire. I'm going to have some tinder, and then I'm going to make some kindling. I'm hoping that this will be dry when I make the fire. It should be. It's very thin. The thinner, the better. And the sun does appear to be coming out. So again, I'm using the spine of the Swiss Tech Stahlern. I just want to see how it actually performs in the bush. Seems to be a fair amount, but I'll get a little bit more. Get rid of these knots. I'm letting the tinder fall on the inner side of my shirt because temperature has gone up somewhat since I arrived here. I think this is enough to make a tinder bundle. I'll just try a bit more. The sounds of beautiful nature. So this is the tinder that was removed using the Swiss Tech Stahlern fixed blade 4-inch drop point knife. All right, guys, my next step is to make some kindling. Now I'm going to gather wood. We're going to make some kindling. We're going to see how well this knife performs splitting wood. And there is a lot of it out there. Hey guys, so what I am going to do now is make kindling. I have my tinder that is drying out. The tinder is drying out, and now I'm going to make kindling. So I want to see how well, again, the Swiss Tech Stahlern fixed blade knife with Micarta handles will perform in splitting wood, making kindling. So let's see how well it does. That is the first piece, and keep in mind this is a 4-inch blade. Let me put you in focus. Now I've just run across a piece with a knot in it, so I'm going to go to the opposite end. And it worked well. I'm going to make this somewhat smaller. Now this could easily be done with a hatchet, but again, the main purpose of today is to test out this knife. It does exactly what a 4-inch knife is meant to do. So as you can see, it splits wood relatively easy. I'll just baton one more piece here. So guys, as you can see, practicing, actually going into the bush and practicing your skills. Practicing. The next thing that I'm going to do is make some feather sticks. So I'm going to make some that are smaller, and we're going to see how well this knife makes feather sticks. So I'm going to take some fat wood and I'm going to split it and just see how well it makes feather sticks. Next task, feather sticks. Again, this is a saber grind, but I am able to make feather sticks. I think with any cutting tool, any knife, you should be able to make feather sticks. Whether it's a Scandinavian grind, which is the best, in my opinion, or a saber grind, as I'm using right now, or a hollow grind, or a convex grind. Very small one. But let's try a sturdier stick. A lot of times it does depend on the dexterity of the wood. However, a cutting blade against wood, the cutting blade should win all the time. And even when some of the feather sticks fall off and become curls, they are still just as useful. There are also other methods of making feather sticks by placing the knife into the wood. By placing the knife blade into some wood, for me it adds a little bit of sturdiness. See if we can make a really good one here. These will be very, very instrumental in making the fire. You want to get to the dry portion of the wood. So just a few pieces of wood that are made into some curls. And again, one of the most prominent methods, so we have a fair amount of curls. So we have kindling that is drying out. More kindling. So the tinder, this will be our kindling. And over here, I have my fuel, larger pieces, to sustain the fire. So, let's dig a pit and make a fire. All right, guys. Well, I am going to make a fire now. And considering I've made a tinder bundle and I have dried it out as much as possible, and I'm going to be using also feather sticks that I made, and then I'm going to add kindling, and here is fuel. So let's just see how well the Swiss Tech is going to help me build this fire. So also the Swiss Tech comes with a ferrocerium rod. So I'm going to put you in focus here. Let's see. So that you can actually see the fire being made. This again is the ferrocerium rod that comes along with the Swiss Tech knife. Well, the wood is dry. I mean, the tinder bundle is wet, so I'm going to add some dry kindling. This is the difference when you go into the middle of the wood. And acorns are falling from the trees. Guys, there you have it. The knife performs well. If you have any doubt about this knife, I would highly suggest you purchase it and take it into the bush. So with this knife, again, I made tinder, I made kindling, fuel, and I used the ferrocerium rod as combustion that came along with this knife. And of course, we always have our oxygen or air, 5 components of a fire. So there you have it. If anyone has any doubts about this knife, I would just suggest you go out and purchase it and try it. And I am not affiliated or sponsored by Swiss Tech in any form or fashion. So guys, again, the Virginia bushcrafter, out in the bush, learning and practicing bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. There's nothing like preparing a meal in the bush, no matter how simple it is. If you're just boiling water to make you some pasta side, cheddar broccoli. Just let the water boil, and in a few minutes I will be digesting guys. Again, get out in the bush, practice your skills. Fantastic. As you can see, the fire is roaring and the meal is being cooked. Now this would be the perfect time to have a tripod with a bushcraft pot. However, when you're in the bush, you make do with what you have and what nature supplies. All right, guys, this is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing off. Hey, remember, guys, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we are all akin in some form or fashion. Get out in the bush and have some fun. Thank you for your time. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing off. See you on the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.